Oh hey, the Badger huddle's on. Gotta go.
Hello, Badger fans, and welcome to a new way to tailgate during this socially distanced football season, the Badger Huddle Armchair Pregame. If you're like us, you're missing all of those beloved Wisconsin-style tailgate traditions. So, to give your Badger spirit a boost, consider this your front row seat to the best Badger pregame experiences from the comfort of your own home. First, a note of safety. Our limited crew will all be wearing their masks. We'll be socially distanced and we'll be taking precautions to ensure the safety of our crew and guests. In this episode, we'll talk to a former Badger football player and we'll learn how the UW volleyball team is keeping their spirits up during this year. But first, I'm going to talk to Senior Associate Athletic Director Jason King about renovation progress at the UW Fieldhouse. So we're here today outside the newly renovated UW Fieldhouse with Jason King. Welcome, Jason. Boy, the place just looks spectacular. It really does. Well done. I'm sure working with a historic landmark, you've had a chance to learn a little bit about the history of this place. Could you give us a few maybe highlights of the history of the Fieldhouse?
I'll tell you, Jeff, it's an unbelievable building, and it opened in 1930. When it was first built, it actually had a dirt floor. You know, there's been so many great events that have taken place. In the 1930s, we had just a highly acclaimed boxing program here at Wisconsin that won national championships, and I think we had somewhere in the neighborhood of 38 national champions in boxing. Muhammad Ali, actually as an amateur,
no kidding,
fought a match in the Fieldhouse. So we've had unbelievable speakers. John F. Kennedy spoke here. So many great events have taken place there, and you know, it was high time for us to bring this historic building back to its original beauty, and we think that we've been able to accomplish that.
Give us an idea of what were some of the things that are new here at the Fieldhouse.
Probably the biggest thing that everyone, I think, in our community and Badger Nation will notice the most is the windows. And the beautiful 28-foot windows that we have here have been fully replaced with energy efficient glass, and really, I think, makes the building pop. And then the plaza that we're sitting here in today was another feature that we thought was really important, not only for Badger game days, but for the community as a gathering place. And so this is a new addition that we're really proud of as well.
Well, again, it's spectacular. It's beautiful. So this isn't the only project that's going on in this vicinity. On the other end of the Fieldhouse is the South End Zone project. Tell us a little bit about that project and why that was necessary.
A couple years ago, we did a survey of our fans and asked them some of the things that they would be interested in seeing in Camp Randall. And specifically, one of the things that came up at the time was looking for spaces that were outdoors so that you could enjoy that game atmosphere that's so special at Camp Randall. And so our plan has multiple levels. On concourse level, we're going to actually build what we're going to be calling something like a sports bar, almost like a Badger sports bar. It'll be open air, and folks will be able to purchase a membership in there and nice. Enjoy the game from a sports bar type atmosphere. And then something that has been very popular at Camp Randall, the Camp Randall Terrace on the north end of the stadium, and open air space has been really popular. And so we wanted to incorporate a larger space like that into the South End Zone as well. So there'll be approximately 7,500 square foot terrace deck, so to speak, that folks will be able to congregate on as well and enjoy the game atmosphere.
Well, it sounds terrific. Well, thanks so much, Jason. Appreciate it. Again, just a great job with this plaza. It is absolutely beautiful. Just can't wait till we can, again, have live volleyball games back here in the Fieldhouse and have that excitement and see what it looks like with the actual natural light coming in. It's going to be beautiful. So thanks again for talking to us today. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Jeff. Okay. Thank you.
Designed by Arthur Peabody, the UW Fieldhouse opened its doors in 1930. It's a landmark building in a number of ways, from being listed on the National Register of Historic Places to record-setting attendances and monumentous wins. It's been part of some really impressive historic moments, from Cassius Clay in the ring dazzling fans, to JFK speaking to Badgers and inspiring us all. And history continues to be made inside the fieldhouse walls. The W crest at the top of the fieldhouse is frequently recognized as an emblem of the University of Wisconsin. The UW Fieldhouse, a memorable place and a Wisconsin treasure. Now we'll hear from Coach Kelly Sheffield to talk a bit about how the Wisconsin volleyball team is keeping their game and excitement up during the season's postponement. Let's bring in Executive Director of the Wisconsin Alumni Association, Sarah Schutt.
When we think about fall sports traditions at UW-Madison, it's natural to think about football. But we have another terrific athletic tradition at UW-Madison. This particular sport has served as the national runner-up 2 years out of the last 7, has had a couple Big Ten championships, has had highly awarded individual players, and is one of the highest average attendances across the country. Of course, I'm talking about the UW women's volleyball team. And I am thrilled to have with us Coach Kelly Sheffield to talk a little bit about the inside story of UW Badger volleyball traditions. Coach, thanks for having us here.
Welcome to our home. It's under construction right now, as you can see with some of the workers and some of the sound, but this is where we're at every day.
How are you doing and how is the team doing with the postponement of the season?
We're doing great. We're settling into a routine. It was a little bit rough probably early on when everybody's back at home and waiting on a lot of answers, but it's going about as well as you can expect right now.
The fan experience here is tremendous. We've been ticket holders for 25 years, and I know we've really come to love a lot of the traditions and rituals that happen at a volleyball match. What are some of your favorite traditions that happen during a match?
Probably what sandwiches the match itself. The end of it, varsity, is really cool no matter where that you go. I mean, that's really special, but probably what makes this unique from everywhere else in the country, probably at the start of the matches, the house lights come down and you get the spotlights, and when the starters get announced on our team, they go around and you've got hundreds of kids that are 2, 3, 4 deep, and the players go by and they high-five them. You see their eyes light up. I've got 2 kids, 10 and 7, and they're high-fiving their heroes, the people they look up to. And, to watch the faces of the kids when that's happening, man, it gets me every single time. It's cool.
So let's talk about this wonderful space that we're in, the field house, such a historic building. Mm-hmm. What is it like to play here, and what does it mean to you and the team to be part of this history and this legacy?
We talked about the construction earlier, so proud of the work that's being put in to make this place pop, for the new lighting, the new video board, new locker room, and now, the new windows in here. This is kind of the front porch of Camp Randall, and it was time to put some work into it, and certainly they're doing it, and we're appreciative of it.
What are you most looking forward to the fans experiencing in the renovated space?
To tell you the truth, I'm just excited for them to get back in here. There's such an appreciation for how much they're a part of our players' experience here, and we want them back. And
I think they want to come back too.
yeah, I agree.
You talked a little bit about Camp Randall. I think we are in a really unique situation with the proximity and the physical connection of the field house to Camp Randall. How does that contribute to the overall fan experience and the experience of playing volleyball here?
This area is so unique. It reminds me a little bit of Wrigley Field a little bit. This is right in the middle of a neighborhood. It adds to the charm and the personality, the energy, the excitement on game day. The energy around here on game day is really special and unique. Mm-hmm.
As a fan, it's clear that you have a special team. There are really some gifted athletes there, and I know the public appreciates them. Tell us something that fans may not know about your volleyball team and about your volleyball program.
Probably the things, that you're probably proud of as a coach, kind of peppered around the field house is some tables, and you've got press row up there. And on most days, you'll come in here and there'll be 3, 4, 5 players that are just sitting in there doing their homework. And then between their classes, they're coming out here and serving or peppering or passing up against the wall or something. The love for this game and the commitment to get better is something that amazes me every day. And you probably assume that when you come in here and watch a match, but the work that they're putting into their craft is something that I think would probably surprise people, and it continues to amaze me.
Wow, well that's a great testament to them and their commitment as players, but also to you as a coach for creating that kind of environment, that kind of ethic, and really encouraging their achievement and development. Bravo, that's really wonderful. So thinking about Badger traditions and thinking about this fall, it's a little bit different. Coach, how are you going to celebrate Badger tradition and spirit this fall?
I think one thing is I'm looking forward to watching a lot more football, in the fall. We play at the same time as the football team, but to be able to sit down there, roll up the sleeves, grab some brats or whatever, and watch a game from start to finish week after week, man, I'm really excited about that.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for bringing us into the field house and showing us what to expect. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Joining us now is former Badger linebacker and current athletic board member, Jeff Mack. Take it away, Sarah.
Thanks, Jeff. We're back here in the plaza in front of the beautifully new renovated field house. And our next guest has a unique perspective on what it means to be part of the Badger football tradition. A 2003 grad from the Wisconsin School of Business, Jeff Mack also was a star linebacker, playing 4 years on the Badger football team under Coach Alvarez, and even serving as team captain. Jeff, I'm delighted to have you here today.
Hey, thanks so much. Thanks for the opportunity to be here.
So, thinking back on your experience as a Badger, what does it mean to you now to have been part of the Badger football legacy?
For me, it's the maturation process, right? From growing up from being an 18-year-old freshman to becoming, a college graduate. From learning from my teammates and the camaraderie, and then learning kind of their history and their backgrounds and how that kind of built us to become a better team, to learning from the coaches. For me, it meant everything. It made me who I am today, along with, growing up but as a kid, but it was one part of what made me who I am today. So it's been great.
As a player, what do you remember as some of your favorite pregame traditions that the team had?
As a player, one of the things I remember just being on the bus, going to the hotel. I had a seatmate, which was Anthony Davis, which was our running back back then, and just enjoyed our time together. We like to prank the guys on the bus a lot, and then just we'd always go see a movie. So that was always kind of fun. That the night before the game. I mean, those are the things you remember, and then just the the game, the band, the fans, walking out. Those are the experiences that you always remember.
So you played for 4 years, 99 to 2003.
Yes.
Standout moment for you?
Yeah, so as a freshman, right, we're playing and we're going up against the varsity team. And I remember our fullback at the time, Chad Coons, come running through on an ISO, and I had to take him on. I remember just him laying me out. And that never happened to me before, and so I was just kind of shocked and what the heck just happened here. And so I remember that, but that was kind of this welcome to Big Ten football for me.
Sure.
And then I think one of the good ones was just obviously my senior year, we played Ohio State. We beat them here, and the atmosphere was amazing, and Lee caught a great pass.
That was a night game, right?
Yeah, it was a night game in the rain, and it was beautiful that whole day, and then it got rainy. And then just an amazing experience, and to be a part of that win against such a successful team, that was huge.
That was epic. That was an epic game.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is game day going to be like at your home this year?
Yeah, well, you know what? One, I think it'll be exciting because my wife has been waiting extremely impatiently for football. So yeah, I mean,
a lot of us have, right?
Yeah, it'll be an exciting time. I can tell you that at our house. We don't get a lot of time in the house to just sit down and watch TV, what we want to watch, because we have 4 daughters who like to dictate what goes on at our household. So my wife does a great job of getting the kids and everything, kind of pumped up for it. My kids grew up watching Badger football, so they'll have their red and white on.
Well, and so did you. Your dad was a player
too,
so you have a long family
exactly. And then my
history.
dad was a player, and so you know, my kids have like these jerseys that have both our numbers on it. So we'll see. I don't know if they can fit them anymore, but we'll see if they grow like weeds now. But I know it'll be an event. We all love watching football, and we love watching Badger football no matter what. So yeah.
Jeff, thank you so much for being with us today.
Hey, Sarah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity, and go Bucky.
Yeah, on Wisconsin.
On Wisconsin.
Thanks for watching the Badger Huddle Armchair Pregame. Now, before we go, get up out of your seats for this moment of rest.